welcome back to the studio. I've got new hair. Let's not beat around the bush. I've gone blonder. I just thought I would have a little bit of a change because I've been darker for a while. I used to be super blonde for ages, and I decided recently that I just was like, you know what, let's go blonde. I also got some new sunglasses that match my top, and I'm so pleased about this. I am back on here. I've not been doing YouTube for a few weeks just because I was winding down after the blue project. It was quite a lot, and I just wanted to gather my thoughts again because I wasn't even really sure what I wanted to do with the next project, which I'm here to tell you about today. If you saw my last video, you'll know what colour I'm doing, but I am actually going for orange. I am doing the orange project. Today I'm going to be working on my idea. I've got an idea for it. If you've just seen the little clips there, you'll know that I'm getting well into gardening. Me and Jack have put up a greenhouse in our back garden, and we've got raised beds. We're doing vegetable planting, and I'm just trying to figure out how to make some lovely blooms and flowers for some projects that I want to work on in the summer. So that's what I've been working on sort of over the past few weeks. We didn't have anything set up until February, so we wanted to get everything in. I was planting little seeds and, you know, hoping that they were going to grow. Some haven't, some have. So it's kind of been a bit of a learning process and just sort of organising all that. But that's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. So I wanted to make sure that I did it just before spring kind of sprung and, you know, jump into the orange project after that. And we managed to, at the weekend, put in some water to the greenhouse because we didn't have water. I was using a water bottle which I was filling up with a hose pipe from further away, but it was just annoying having to drag the hose pipe back and forth. So me and Jack actually linked off one of the taps, the outdoor taps from the other side of the garden, and we linked it to the greenhouse, which was on the other side. We had to dig a trench across the garden, which actually didn't take that long, surprisingly. We did it last night, and it was, well, Jack works so hard and he's amazing. Can't even do anything without him. He's just unreal. He just basically dug everything up, and I folded everything back down, folded all the grass back onto the pipe. So it has just been a bit of like kind of organising all that. Something that I've really wanted to do for a long time, and when I'm doing these projects, this always takes up a lot of my time. So I sort of spent the past like probably month or two just really focusing on getting it all set up so that we are done and ready to like just maintain it over the summer. Saying all that though, I do have a little bit of more plans to expand, so but I need to start getting ahead of myself. This is why I'm in the studio today, because I really want to get the orange project started, and I have an idea. If you watched my previous video with the blue project, the making of the blue project, the breakdown of everything, you'll probably know what I was saying about the chapters in my life, and all these projects that I've been doing are kind of like encapsulating different chapters of my life. Because they're taking about 3 to 4 months to finish, a lot has been happening within those 3 to 4 months, and I'm kind of like encapsulating each period of my life. It's been quite interesting to look back at, say, like the green project and remember where I was at that point, and then the yellow project, remember where I was at that point. But going on to the orange project, I wanted to encapsulate what I've been doing over the past 2 or 3 months, and that is gardening. So the orange project is going to be all about my love for growth and gardening, vegetable growing and flower growing, and, you know, setting things up for growth. And I kind of just want to reflect that in an image. So I haven't got any of the props yet. I've literally just thought about this properly yesterday. I've been marinating again on it for like the past 2-3 weeks about what I really wanted to do. And I do have some vague ideas. I've not kind of got the set in mind yet, but I know what kind of props I've been getting excited about. We're not going large or giant at this point. We might have a giant prop within the image. I'm not sure yet. You'll have to wait and see for that. So I do have a few things to finish. So I do actually have the making of the blue project video to finish today. And then I need to tidy up in here because I was filming the blue project video in here. I still have no idea where I'm going to store the telephone. So my plan is to tidy up this today. I need to tidy up all of this. This is just all the remnants of what the blue project was. Also moved a few things around in the studio. Again, surprise, surprise. Mainly just bringing some of my art things inside because I do have a new art desk set up, and I will show you that in a minute. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you won't have seen it, but basically I went to a charity shop and bought a writing desk, and it was about £65. So pleased with it. It's something I've wanted for ages, but this one was such a lovely, I just love it when you find something that you've wanted for ages and it just works and it's exactly what you want. And I feel like this is exactly what I want, so I'll show you in a minute. So today I am working on editing a video. I've also got a shoot that I did last week with a friend of mine, Anna from Bond and the Blooms, and Billy and Jess. Jess actually is my hairdresser and she did my hair. Also, apologies about the plane noise. I can't really wait any longer, so I'm gonna carry on. You'll notice that in my videos, actually, I have a lot of noise going on around here. It's usually people doing the garden or a tractor driving past. This wall there actually is on the country lane, so tractors just drive past all the time. But yeah, I need to clean the studio. I need to clean this mirror as well because that is gross. So yeah, that's today. It's the next day and I spent not a lot of time in the studio yesterday. I've just been editing the Blue Project, and so yesterday I spent pretty much the whole day editing the Blue Project video, but it's finished and I'm just about to upload it now. Today I need to edit the shoot that I did last week. Here's some of the blooms, the beautiful roses. They've gone over a little bit now because it's been about a week. They were stunning. She basically gave me a arrangement to take home, so I had an arrangement which I deconstructed because I couldn't keep a massive arrangement in my house. So I decided to split them up and put them all around the house, which is quite nice. So yeah, Anna from Blonde and the Blooms, beautiful flowers and florist, an amazing person. But that's what I'm going to be editing today. So I'm in my office editing all day, and then I think hopefully later, if I finish not too late, I can get in the studio and tidy, which is what I intended on doing yesterday. But obviously didn't get around to. I was going in with all intentions yesterday, but I just think because I wanted to make the Blue Project video the best it could be, I didn't want to compromise on time and just rush it, so I spent pretty much the whole day doing it. This is my writing table. This is where all the ideas are going to happen. So I actually decided to get this writing table because, for a few reasons. When I first renovated the studio, my intention was to have everything in there and have all my, you know, every element of my art in the studio so that I could lock it away and, you know, return to it rather than in the house, because this is my office in the house, just a comfy, cozy place inside, because obviously in the winter it's really hard to stay outside in the studio. It gets so cold. So I knew that I couldn't have my Macs out there, and I couldn't imagine editing in there. So what I did was just put everything that I had art-wise in the studio, and then I didn't really know exactly how I would be using the studio. You know, you never really know how you can use the space until you're in it. So I've moved loads of things around. I'm still constantly moving loads of things around. But I decided that I wanted to move all my paint supplies, paintings, you know, mediums inside so that I could create in a nice, cozy, comfy place. Because the studio, although it's great, and I absolutely love it, it's more of a practical space of shooting and creating large, obviously the telephone, large scale props, and, you know, storing all my props and big items, the practical stuff. And I'm not mad about that. I actually quite enjoy the fact that all my stuff is in there that's practical. But I just didn't feel like I could sit and be cozy and, you know, come up with ideas in there. And again, if you watch my Blue Project video, you'll know that I often like to ponder and I have space to think. And I kind of wanted a designated area where I could do that. So this is why I got the writing table in a very long-winded way. I'm just so happy with it. I've not actually sat at it yet until this very moment, because obviously I've been doing the garden and not actually putting so much time into creating ideas. So yeah, I've been thinking them over in my head. Marinating is my favourite word. It's the word of the month, clearly. But yeah, just sort of like stewing, another one for you, on different ideas in my head, but not actually put them down on paper yet. So today I'm going to make another statement. I want to edit my shoot from last week, then I want to get in the studio and tidy up, put things straight. In here needs a bit of a clean and tidy, and then hopefully at some point I can sit down at my desk and do some painting, drawing, and just get into grips with what I want the props to be for my next project, the orange project. So that's what I'm doing today, hopefully. This is currently an area where I've been growing some seedlings, but unfortunately we haven't had much success, apart from the runner bean, which is going absolutely crazy, and by now this should be outside. But we are currently having a bit of a cold spell at the moment, so I'm trying to like hold off for a few days before I plant it outside. But anyway, my giant pumpkins have failed, my courgettes have failed. I'm finding it really hard to grow courgettes this year. I've had like 8 in there and nothing's happening. These are actually just little weeds that are not the seeds. And then I've got some spinach there, which I don't think this is spinach. I think that's just a weed. Bit of a fail, but that's okay. And then I bought a couple more houseplants which I need to repot. I need to clean this shelf because it's wet. But I just wanted to show you this as well. So this is a broken bottle that we found in the garden when we were digging up a few weeks ago. I've not cleaned it out yet. And I just can't throw it away. Just something about it, I just can't throw it away, even though it is a broken bottle. It says lung tonic on it. And I haven't actually had a look into it, but my sister said when she watches all her mudlarking videos that they find these bottles quite often. I think it says Hull somewhere. There, Hull. So not far from here. And what's it say on that side? Something Bridges. So I'm gonna have a Google and see, but if anyone knows anything about this, then please let me know. I am on the way to the garden centre because I want to get some inspiration for my orange project and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, go and get some garden stuff, because I need a few bits for the greenhouse, like a couple of hose locks, because we've just installed obviously the 2 taps, so I need a hose lock because I bought the gun sprayers and they're not fitting onto the hose locks that we had are not actually working, so I need to go and buy some more. I'm going to go back and do some planning because I thought I needed some inspiration. Also an excuse to go to the garden centre. And also my mum and my granddad are coming. Well, they were going actually, and then I'd sort of just hijacked the outing. I am also buying some plants for outside the studio because the studio needs beautifying on the outside. I never ever actually got round to doing it, and it's been 1.5 years, so I feel like it's now time, especially when I'm now into gardening, so might as well do it now. So I've just put them in place, as you can see, but I probably will move them around, but I'm pretty happy with my haul today. It's already looking much more colourful, which is what I was going for, so this is good. So I'm back, and you're a little bit high there, but I've not figured out the tripod situation in here yet. Got some amazing plants. Bought my hose lock so I can fix up my, well, this one's actually alright, it's the outside one. Got some twine, also bought some tea labels to name the flowers in the front garden so that I can start to remember what flowers are called, because at the moment I don't really know what's what, apart from a peony, which I know what a peony is, which has come off one of the plants in the front garden. I love peonies, so I really want to do a project with my homegrown peonies at some point, so fingers crossed that'll be alright. And these are actually ones that I've got growing at the minute, so they've got a bit of mud on the end because I actually stuck them in the pots with them so that I would remember what was what, but I decided to take them out because they were just obviously going like this. These are dahlias. I've got this one, which is that's the French cancan. Then I've got Totally Tangerine, beautiful pink and orange. This is red and white Fubuki. Love these, love the tips on it. Like I said before, all these dahlias and plants and flowers I'm hoping to shoot in the studio this year and create a project around, so it all ties together nicely. This is called Striking Contrast. Gorgeous, deep maroon colour with like a yellow centre, and then the white tips just finish it off. It's so nice. This is a bodacious dinner plate dahlia. I love like the texture of the leaves, petals. So yeah, I've got all these flowers now in the green, now in the garden. Well, they will be in the garden soon. These are the dahlias actually at the moment. This is where the dahlias are. We've got which one's coming through? Totally Tangerine and Striking Contrast. So yeah, I am so happy. It gave me a lot of inspiration for my project. I'm just loving that I've got like a crossover of like my two passions going on in this orange project. Over here I've got the runner beans, which are desperately needed to be potted like the one in the house, but I bought some more bamboo sticks. I think I'm going to create a border outside down the side of the garden, but we need to clear it out, so that's going to be another project. Over here I've got pepper, cucumber, cucumber. Obsessed with cucumbers. I could eat cucumbers for every single meal every day for the rest of my life, so cucumbers are a must when it comes to growing for me. Then we've got cucumber, red pepper. So peppers and cucumbers on this section, and then the rest of it is tomatoes. But yeah, like I said, I've got runner beans, and then I've got, these are all sunflowers. So these are actually, I grew from seed, which I'm very happy about. I grew a lot of them from seed, but they're all different colour sunflowers. So this is like I think it's Sunburst Mix sunflowers. So that's going to be another project. I've just bought a pumpkin. These are marigolds. Apparently these fend off insects and other things, other creepy crawlies from your plants, specifically carrots, I think it is, but I'm sure they'll be good for other things. So you sort of plant these around where you've got your vegetables, and it acts as a deterrent apparently. So I got some of them from the car boot the other day. Got jalapenos, got some corn going, got some lettuce. These are all the things that I've not grown from seed. I've bought at the greenhouse. I've bought at the garden centre. Oh, hello, putter. And sprouts. Very excited for those. They are, I think, perennial, so they actually take a couple of years to sprout. So fingers crossed for that. I bought a couple of cloches because I've got a watermelon growing. Last year I grew this tiny little watermelon like this big, and I'd love to grow my own watermelon a bit bigger, so I bought a cloche for that because I thought the more heat the better. I'm super pleased with my haul, and now it's actually time to go in the studio because I've not been in it, and I keep saying I'm going to go in the studio and tidy it. I'm just procrastinating away from it at the moment because I wanted some inspiration. I didn't want to just sit and tidy, but now I've got all my inspiration. I feel like I'm ready to get it all super clean and tidy, ready to start the orange project and painting everything. Well, I say painting everything, I haven't got all the props yet, so I need to get the props first, but at least then I'll have a blank canvas to work with. Let's go. I am now finished tidying up the studio. Just need to move the chairs around. Clean and tidied, got rid of a load of cobwebs because it's so cobwebby in here. Thanks for watching this video. It's just been a little bit of a insight into my week of what I've been thinking about, what I've been doing. Lots more to come on the orange project. I bought my leotard, which has been sort of like a running theme throughout this colour project, which has been intentional, which I'll talk about in another video. I bought the paint, which I've gone for the Valencia from Good Home. I don't mind the quality of paint, it's more about the colour, and that was the best colour that I could find in orange. I bought some like orange streamers, which is basically crepe paper. And I've bought some big sheets of crepe paper as well because I was thinking I might use them for something. I've got a few props so far, and I bought some spray paint, some orange spray paint. I need to test it. I'm going to test it on a piece of paper next week. Figure out if that's going to be the right kind of paint for what I want to paint the props with. That is the end of this video, and I will see you next week for another video like this, where I will be exploring my props and paint for the orange project, doing more gardening probably, and well, we'll see where it takes us. Bye!